Hi, I'm Ella and this is Bonnie and we're travelling around the UK in our DIY camper van. This week we're heading to Suffolk to look around the UK's most dog-friendly town. Hi, welcome back to the channel and our next video. This one's coming from Bury St Edmunds, and by the time it comes out it will be just after Christmas. I hope you had a lovely Christmas. It's just before Christmas when I'm filming, that's why it's still festive. So I hope you don't mind it running over a little bit, and while you're gearing up for the new year. So yeah, we've had a really lazy morning. We got here last night. It always takes me that first night to sort of settle into the van, so I didn't sleep that well, which is why we just had like a relaxed morning. Yeah. But now we are going to head round Bury St Edmunds. There's a cathedral to look round, and it's rated as the most dog-friendly city in the UK. So I'm sure Bonnie's going to love it as well. So we'll take you around. Really busy, so I was trying to wait for a gap in the traffic, but I don't think it's going to happen. So yeah, first, I was going to say first impression, I've been here before. Bury St Edmunds is actually pretty campervan friendly. So we are parked literally a 2-minute walk from the city centre, and they've actually got 5 designated motorhome spots in the car park, which I think is really good. You don't see that very often. And you can get weekly tickets, but just a day ticket's only £3, so that covers you from 8 AM to 8 PM, and then from the looks of it, it's free overnight. So yeah, really good. So we're just going to walk round to the Abbey gardens now and look at some of the ruins before heading into the city centre. Okay, so we're just walking into the Abbey Gardens now. We're walking along the outer wall of the monastery, and this was actually one of the largest monasteries in England during obviously the medieval times. Yeah, so there's loads of ruins in this. We'll go have a look. Come, Bonnie. What are you doing? What are you up to? Where you gone? There you are. Go. Just having a mad moment, little run around. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on! Good girl. Ready, steady, go! Slowest. Oh no, she's not bringing it back. She's changed her mind. We're walking around some of the ruins now. It's all free to walk around. It's really nice little garden bit. But the actual remains that you see is just the flinting. So this would have been the foundations of the abbey, and actually they were never designed to be seen. They originally would have been covered in like a fancy limestone on both sides, but most of that was removed and sold off when the Abbey shut. So what you see now is the stones. I reckon, yeah, it would have looked quite impressive back in the day. It's huge, and you can see the new cathedral maybe just in the background. We'll go in there in a moment. So the Abbey was actually built for King Edmund. He was obviously king in Bury during the 9th century, and that was until the Danes invaded. He defended his Christian faith, and then he was, hang on, it's windy. So he was defending his Christian faith and he got killed for that, and that's when they decided to make him a saint, which I think fair enough. But then he got this massive abbey built for him, and people from all over the country would pilgrimage here to ask for healings, give money, that sort of thing. So that's how it became one of the largest monasteries in England eventually. Stop pulling me. Got to keep dogs on leads. So dogs are welcome here, but Bonnie's desperate for a run, and got the tiniest lead. So she's dragging me a little bit, aren't you?
Cigarettes on the table, dirty plates on the stove. I don't know if you know where to start, but I know where you'd like to be. I'm afraid that I've lost you, 'cause you're hiding from me. Yeah, it shows that it's cost you a lot to be like the rest of us, to be like the rest of us.
Okay, so this part of the Abbey is sort of like the generic sort of part that you'd walk through that we'll probably see similar in the cathedral. So this is where like the choir stalls would have been, and the monks would meet and do their prayers 8 times a day, 365 days a year, so it's a big commitment. And passing by the choir stalls would be the aisles that the pilgrims would walk down to get to the shrine of St Edmund, and yeah, that's where they do their prayers, their offerings, and ask for any healings, that sort of thing. And we're walking now down into the crypt, and this would have been one of the most sacred parts of the Abbey. This was where St Edmund's shrine would have been, where he was buried. So he was actually killed in 869 AD by the Danes, as I said, and he was initially buried in quite a modest grave, I guess. It was eventually moved here a couple of hundred years later. Yeah, he's still known as St Edmund this day, and what Bury St Edmunds is named after. So, pretty important guy.
Somebody ought to come along and let you down, so you could see my side and how it feels to hit the ground. How can you say that nothing's different, that we should pick up the pieces? Somebody ought to come along and let you down. If you still wanted to be loved, you should have never let me go. Hope somebody will break your heart and leave you crying on the floor. You let me down, I won't do this all again. Even if I try, I can't forget it. If you still wanted to be loved, you should have never let me go. Somebody said it should be easy to...
What do you think? What do you think of the Abbey? 10 out of 10? It's not been food related, so I don't think you should give it a 10 out of 10. So, first activity in the most dog-friendly city, and yeah, I'd rate it quite highly. It's free, it is dog-friendly, and if you're into your history, it's quite interesting as well. So on to our next one. We're going to go around the actual cathedral now and just have a look round.
So you could feel this pain and know what it's like to be left out in the cold, standing by yourself, no one to hold. If you still wanted to be loved.
How stunning these houses are. I would probably give up living in a van if I could have one of these. Literally next door to the Abbey. So the actual legend of St Edmund is quite gruesome. So when the Vikings invaded, they asked him to denounce his faith and he refused. They then shot him with arrows until he looked like a hedgehog apparently. They then removed his head and chucked the head into a local like woodland forest area. His followers then went out to try and find his body and his head, and they heard shouts from the forest saying here, here, here. So they followed the sounds and they did eventually find his body and his head, which were guarded by a wolf. So that's why there's a wolf next to the Abbey, a little like statue. And then legend has it that they placed his head back next to his body and it reattached, and that's sort of the miracle that got him his sainthood essentially. And you know, the wolf connection might be why Bury is so dog friendly. I think so anyway. Good girl. You're too pretty. This one, it's a cathedral made out of Lego. It's got nearly 150,000 Lego bricks in it. That is crazy. So the cathedral itself, so I feel like you always have to whisper in a church, don't you? Or at least a fancy church like this. So it was originally built in the 11th century and it grew, and with the story of St Edmund behind it, it had massive popularity. Kings and queens would come and visit here, and that was until Henry VIII, when he visited it, he decommissioned it, and the abbot gave all the sort of land rights, all of that over to the king. It then was sort of rebuilt over time, and it eventually became a cathedral in the 1900s, so quite modern really. And then today it's still used obviously as a church, and today it's an event space. So they've got some Christmas event going on in there. So a bit more glam than normal. So we've just done activity 2 in the cathedral, and dog friendly obviously, and nice to look around. Again, it's free. They do like a suggested donation, but it is free to look around. Not as highly rated today. They're planning for like an event, so you can't quite look around everything, but as I said, free. So another good one, isn't it, Bonnie? What do you think? Bonnie couldn't care less. She's just after food. They did give her treats in there, So I think for Bonnie, 10 out of 10. The weather is now getting awful, so we might wander into like the city a bit more, see if there's anything to do there for me and Bonnie. Slowly. Bonnie, Bonnie, Bonnie. Sit down. Oh, good girl. Hang on. Bloody hell, Bonnie. We stopped off for a quick snack. And we are having a nice day, but it's going so slow. So we're going to head back to the van after this. Okay, so we're done in Bury St Edmunds for the day. We're going to head back to the van now, so we're just walking back through the park. And yeah, I really like Bury as a little, is it a town or a city? I've been calling it a city, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I really like it. There's some really cute little shops. It's very dog friendly. The park up's good, it's right in town. Yeah, so we'll head back to the van now. I think I've finally found something to keep Bonnie busy. Do you like watching the birds? Hi, so it is later in the evening. I had my nap, feeling much better. And I've just done Bonnie some of her dinner. And it is freezing. I've looked at the temperature, it's like 5 degrees, feels like 1 degree. And it does feel like we're in a bit of a fridge. So I think we're gonna head out and grab some dinner for me and then come back to the van and get the diesel heater on. Thank you, Bonnie. She's woken up with my mischief. So yeah, but I do just want to show you quickly what I picked up earlier in the shop. It was really cute. So I did say it would still be festive, even though by the time you watch it, it's technically after Christmas. But they had this really cute little stocking, and it was half price, so I couldn't resist. So that's going to go up in the van. And then they're wrapped up, but I'll put them up and I'll show you. It's like a little string of like baubles. It's quite cute. So that'll go up as well. Yeah, Bonnie. Ready to go to the shop? I think she's ready for a little wander again. Right, Bonnie? Good girl. So, meant to get fish and chips. They've shut. Half an hour early. Not impressed. And now I don't know what to do because I wasn't mega hungry. Do I just go back to the van and have a snack? Do I find somewhere else? Too many decisions. We'll have a wonder. Okay, so dinner was a bit of a fail. The other two chip shops didn't allow dogs, so we couldn't go in to order. So I'm gonna have fruit loaf. And Bonnie had us treat earlier and I warned her she wouldn't be able to have one tonight. And now she's looking at me waiting for another one. And I've actually not got any. So she is going to have to go without. Yeah, so back at the van. I'm going to have a snack. And that'll be it, I think. I might watch a film as well. I fancy a little movie. Might try and find a Christmas movie. Yeah, that'll probably be it for the night. We're gonna obviously stay here overnight, so probably catch you in the morning.
Don't look before you leave.
Okay, so we're back in the van. It's the next day. I didn't actually do any filming, I'm afraid. We haven't done anything worth filming. So we walked round where I walked yesterday, around all the ruins, but I was just like throwing them all for Bonnie. So yeah, didn't think it was worth getting the camera out. And then we came back to the van for some breakfast, and now we're on the road heading home. Oh, I did a bit like cleaning as well around the van. But, yeah, nothing to report. Yeah, so we're about, I think it's about 20 minutes out from home now, and got some family coming around. We're decorating the gingerbread houses. So that's the final festive reference for the non-Christmas video. Yeah, so overall for Bury St Edmunds, I really like it there. I think it's a nice little town, and it is pretty dog friendly. They do have other stuff that obviously we didn't get around to doing. She's allowed, or dogs are allowed in some of like the museums they've got. They have some dog friendly cinema nights. Did I say cinema? It sounds wrong now. They have some dog friendly cinema nights. And yeah, just lots of nice open green spaces. That park up is just really, it's pretty good. It's also not really got any facilities, but if you're self-contained, then it's a good spot to go to. I keep looking over here because a spider's just emerged from somewhere. So I'm just keeping an eye on it so it doesn't drop on me while I'm driving. It would 100% make me crash.